Andre, difficult to take. Any defeat is.
Yeah, I think West Brom was superior at every minute of the game, at every incident of the game. I think you have to give credit where it belongs, and they were far superior today.
What went wrong or didn't go right for you today then, do you feel?
Well, I think our first half was very poor. We had a couple of decent chances that could have helped us gain an extra emotion to be on the pitch and extra motivation if we scored from them. They were good chances. Throw in the back of the defence a couple of times, first half and second half, but not taken. And I think West Brom got what they deserved from the chances they created, which were far more than ours, and for their attacking impetus. And they came out with a deserved 3 points.
I'm sure you'll be very disappointed by the way you conceded the goal that won the game for them as well, because if not Macaulay, perhaps another player might have tucked that one away. There were 2 or 3 players in there that didn't appear to be nailed down and marked.
Yeah, well, it's a second ball from a set play, and normally on the situations it's only the second goal we suffer from a corner, from a consequence of a corner, and that leaves us a little bit disappointed. But you just have to do much better. If that was the case, you have to do much better. Extremely disappointed because in no way we benefit from the weekend's fixtures.
And it's such a shame for you, isn't it? Because last week you came off the field feeling more positive about that performance.
Yeah, well, that's what we were trying to do. This was to build on from a win that was well taken against Bolton, but we didn't manage it, and we go on with a defeat. So we don't improve our run. We go now onto a knockout competition where we'll have to be much better than this.
And you've had to deal with a lot of questions, haven't you? That comes with the territory of being the manager of a big club like Chelsea. But this is 3 wins in 12 league games now. I don't need to tell you the stats. That doesn't appear to. I did. Other people will do the same. It doesn't appear good enough. Is that good enough for you? 3 wins in 12?
No, but it's not good enough for quite some time now, because our position in the league is 5th place, and when that is the case, that means something is wrong. And what is wrong is exactly the statistics you say. We don't win enough. So it's not numbers that makes us very proud. In football there is joy, there is pain, and there's another chance. So our another chance against Birmingham, and we have to do much better than this if we want to go through.
And forgive me, I think I have to ask this question. Sure. Will you get another chance? And is 3 wins in 12 league games good enough for the people that make those decisions?
Well, you have to ask them, not me.
Roy, many congratulations. I think you've broken a long sequence of Chelsea wins against West Brom in the top flight. I think they've won 15 in a row against West Brom, so well done.
Yeah, thanks. No, I'm really pleased. I think that we won the game because we played well. I think it wasn't one of those victories where you've got a tin hat on all the time and you're weathering all sorts of pressure. It was actually a game where we had every bit as much of the ball as Chelsea had, and we certainly had every bit as many chances as they had. So I think we actually played well and actually deserved to win it. Obviously, you're always worried when you score late and you see 4 minutes of extra time that something's going to happen. And in fact, probably the 2 best chances for Chelsea came in that extra time period. But throughout, I thought we played well and deserved to win the game.
Although they had their chances first half, of course, and maybe getting to half-time at 0-0 was a good benchmark for you, a good foothold in the game, as it were. Well,
we had the better chance, I thought. I thought that we were a little bit unlucky to go in at 0-0. I think that we could easily have scored. There were some very good attacks, and Peter Cech made some outstanding saves all throughout the game. So I'm really pleased with the victory. Of course, I'd have been pleased with any victory, but I'm even more pleased. I thought we achieved it in the right manner, i.e. by playing the same sort of football as Chelsea and having as much of the game as Chelsea.
You wait 3 months for a win at home and 2 come along at once.
Yeah, like the buses are. Certainly where I live in London, there are thousands of buses these days, so that doesn't count anymore. But it's the first time we've had 3 successive victories, at least during my year and a bit at the club. And
I think it might be for nearly 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, it's not easy for any club in the Barclays Premiership to get 3 successive victories. So when you're not one of the really top teams, to get 3 successive victories is a really good achievement, especially when you think it's against Wolves, it's against Sunderland, it's against Chelsea. So we've done it the hard way, but it's really nice for the boys, and now they must get their feet back on the ground, because next week we go to Manchester United, and it's important that we give as good a performance up there as we've given here today.
Can I ask about Stephen Reid? He's a guy that's had some tough times with injury in the past, and he's had such a good season for you. But that looked nasty when he went down. Have you got any update on that?
Yeah, it's the ankle. I mean, funny enough, strange enough, the last time he missed a few weeks, it was an ankle injury at Newcastle. He turned the ankle, and he's done the same again today. It's just one of those unfortunate things. He's turned his ankle over in trying to turn with the ball. We don't believe it's going to be a major injury, but of course all of these ankle ligament injuries take a few weeks. But luckily Tamas came in and did well, and we've still got Billy Jones, who shouldn't be out for too much longer. So I'm very fortunate at the moment that our injury list is not that long, even though it seems as though Stephen will add to that injury list today.
And very briefly, Chris Brunt, talking on the other side of that coin, he's had a couple of months out with injury and came back and made a real difference, I thought, today when he came on.
Yeah, he did well. I mean, Thomas was a major doubt before the game with a hamstring injury which forced him off the field last week. So we knew we had Chris up our sleeve. It was just a question of how long Jerome would last, as it were. He did well. He lasted over 60 minutes, and that was good for Chris to come in and get the last half an hour, because he hasn't had any competitive football, and I think for him to play longer than 30 minutes it would have been quite tough. So in that respect, everything's worked out very well for us today. It's one of those lovely days in football where everything that's happened has been positive, that we've got an excellent result, and it gives us a very pleasant week until maybe we're brought back to earth with a bump next Sunday. But we'll worry about that next Sunday. In the meantime, we'll enjoy this moment, because I think in football you have to enjoy the moments, because you know there's going to be lots of moments you're not going to enjoy.